there's a mandatory meeting on Monday night. Thank you.
Ski club is sweet. Mr. Beck, the 8th grade language arts teacher, is a ski club advisor for us. Yeah, I mean, they get back late because they go to the slopes after school. But whatever, sleep on the bus, right? Like, I mean, or sleep when you're dead, as my swim coach always said.
Sleep when you're dead?
Yeah, that's what my swim coach always said. Like, live life right now. You got time to sleep when you're dead. All right, so we had the request to go over 34. I mean, I don't know if it counts as sleep, per se.
It's kind of...
This is 6. Hey, we're going to check our homework now. Please and thank you. This is 6 because there are 6 extra positive tiles. Remember yesterday at the end of class we talked about that weird problem that had a 0 added on because... What? Hi. You're good. Ah. Sorry, Eve, I didn't hear that announcement. So these are zeros, right? But that allows us to take away things that we otherwise wouldn't be able to take away. So if I took away 7 positives, I'd have 1 extra negative. And this answer is -1. You could also rewrite this problem as 6 plus -7. If you want to think about like good guys, bad guys sort of thing. Because we have a +6 and a -7. We talked yesterday about minus a negative becoming plus a positive. So that's 6 plus 2, and this ends up being 8. 6 minus 3 is pretty straight up. It is just 3. Eve, if you don't come back, it'll be recorded, and you can watch it later if you want. I'll try to email it to you. No, so this, good question. You know, I got side chatter, and I'm worried that the people talking are the people that are going to be progressing when we finish the test tomorrow. By the way, math binder check during the test. So check your binder today, see if you got your tabs, see if you got like what you need in there. I'm just going to come around and check people's binders during the test. So tomorrow we are finishing that mastery that you started last week. Some of you are probably like, mastery? Yeah, it feels like a long time ago because Discovery Days. This, guys, if we had 6, right, which is what is shown up here because these are all zeros, right? If we have 6, and this is why we put the image on the notes to help you like do this problem, and you take away 2 negatives. Come on, focus. If I take away 2 negatives, things get more positive, right? If I say get rid of these negatives, now I have 8 positives, and this is still 0. So when you take away negatives, things actually get more positive. Are there still any questions on that? You should have some sort of number line for each of these. If you don't have a number line, you should draw a number line because I'm going to be checking for that. So when it's positive to positive, +4 to +7, we can just do subtraction for that and do like 7 minus 4. Now we put it in absolute value because just in case it comes out negative, absolute value is going to fix it and make it positive. So then in B, guys, my advice is if you have a positive and a negative, set it up so it turns into addition. So minus a negative will turn into addition. And the other way we can think about this, put your eyes up on the screen, please. The other way we can think about this, so I'm trying to get it to focus first, is from -2 back to like our checkpoint of 0. That's a distance of 2. And from that checkpoint of 0 up to +5, that's a distance of 5. So a distance of 2 and a distance of 5 is a distance of 7. Questions? And then from negative to negative, anyone remember what I said yesterday about if you have 2 negatives? Yeah, you can act like 2 positives, right? Because if you went from +1, I didn't really leave enough space on this side of the number line. If you went from +1 to +3, it's the same distance as -1 to -3. So that is a distance of 2 in between those numbers. All right, on the back, you should have some sort of picture. This plus sign is not a positive integer tile, right? We're using our integer tiles, positive and negative. This is a plus sign. It means and. While we're doing this, I should show you guys also because it'll be a fun little video inception thing. Guys, I'm doing some extra math with some people to try to help get people caught up, and it gives me the opportunity to record some help videos for homework. So if you need more help on your homework, if YouTube ever loads for me. All right, we'll keep looking at your homework, then I'll show you that in a second. If we then, and I highlighted it to color code what I'm doing, if we remove this -5, it gets bigger, right? Removing negative gets bigger. So what I wrote in orange over here is what I highlighted in orange and boxed out in orange. We actually get bigger. And we get 10. Read the math notes box in this lesson. It's on page 143. I didn't have space to get it on the notes here. So, like, my apologies. I try to put math notes boxes on your homework. But I'm going to cover this up for a second. We got x and x and x and x and 3. Right? So I put plus signs here to say and. But do I have to say x, 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 or can I say something else? Layla? Yeah, you could say 4x. Right? X times 4. This is x times 4. You're right. You can say 4x. We normally put the number in front of it. And you can put the dot if you want. And then they say, what if x is 3? Right? So down here in part C, what if x is 3? So, I mean, you can do your work out here. I don't care where you guys do your work. What if j is 2 and k is 2, or j is 3, k is 2? I'm not going to finish this one for you, but we do it the same way we did up here. Replace the variable, like the letter, with the number. So j is 3, k is 2. Anyone got an answer for that one? 12? Yeah, maybe. It should set up like 2 times 3 plus 3 times 2. Yeah, that's 6 and 6. That's 12. At the bottom, be careful. We have fraction addition, subtraction, and then multiplication. Guys, multiplication's easier. Don't complicate multiplication. Just go straight across the top, straight across the bottom. Any questions on 38? Any questions? On my YouTube channel, there are now going to start to be homework help videos. So check it. Those problems we just talked about, if you want a more in-depth view into it,
and you got 4 positives.
I go through the homework, right? I only did the back of the sheet in this video, but I go through the homework. So you guys can check in on my YouTube if you want and get some homework help from there. There's also reminder, because I've been emailing some parents about this recently, the CPM homework help website. So remember, you can Google CPM homework help, and it normally starts to pop up. CC2 is our book. Guys, because like I'm getting more strict with homework completion, and like if you didn't turn in the homework yesterday, it's already in math. So get it turned in, I'll change your grade. But there's no reason to not have your homework done. Come here to chapter 3, whatever lesson we were on, 3, 2, 1. Guys, look, it does every problem for us. Well, not does, but gives us hints. Sorry, my internet's super slow today. When you click on this, it'll pop up a hint, right? And then sometimes it even goes all the way to the answer. So, yeah, this was last night's homework problem. All right. Questions? Anything left? We stopped here yesterday. So go ahead and pull out your graph paper. Guys, I would suggest, especially now that we're in quarter 2, try to be efficient with your graph paper. don't write all over it just because. Like, make it organized. Huh? I forget if there's anything on it from the... You can tell me. Does 322 have anything?
It does have some.
It does? So then, yeah, keep it out. Yeah. Guys, like, you can figure out what you need out. If it says examples from class, keep it out. Yes, you need graph paper out and your 322 out. Graph paper and your 322. Alright. We should probably do lots of random cards today. By the way, I have a 231 from somebody with a no name, and I think I have a guess. Well, actually, I'm not sure that I have a guess, but is this yours? Are you printing your 232 and not your 231? Oh, you said you're still working on 231. All right. So, reminder: the land of no-name papers continues to grow. There's only so much space in the land of no-name papers, and I'm getting worried. Guys, there are half a dozen no-name papers over there. So please, if you're missing something, check it, claim it, take it. I don't want it. All right, Dikshita. It's really cold outside. Fortunately, this is not true yet. I said, fortunately, this is not true. I hate wearing masks, but we do it because we need to. So, Dikshita, it's 0 degrees outside. And it gets even colder. It drops, wait. How, if it's 0, how does it drop 5 degrees? What's the temperature now? Oh, negative numbers. Yeah, that's what I use. So now, our temperature is -5. Did it get that cold last winter? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. How to what? Yeah, but we're not doing that today. Yeah, I like Celsius better. I agree. Don't worry. Mainly we use Celsius. Just don't. All we care about here is the numbers right now. Okay, when you go to science class, then you can talk with Miss Howard about which one you're using. So we're gonna write these down, and if we need, it is your option. But in previous years, kids are like, "Man, I don't need these necessarily." The plus and minus tiles that we had, if you would like some of those, I'm going to get out a box of these. But we're going to try to solve all of these with our team. Okay, so we're going to write down 7 minus 5, and then beneath it, write down the answer. Right? So we're going to write down the original, then write down the answer. I bet you guys 3 minutes. You think 3 minutes is enough for this? Go ahead and take 3 minutes, and then we'll come back together. I'll get out integer tiles if you want some. We're actually continuing yesterday's lesson. We are not on a new lesson yet. So we're just continuing yesterday's. So we're still in 3, 2, 1. If you're trying to put something on your paper, we're still in 3, 2, 1. 26. This is question 26. I'm sliding this down, so I'm going to copy these down bigger. So this should just be on graph paper. Guys, you can talk with each other. You're all very quiet as I walk around. Actually, this is a perfect opportunity for me to pass out papers. You gotta do every problem. I am. If you don't get a homework back, it means you didn't turn a homework in. What? We'll check our answers here in a second. There. Can we see D, E, and F, or do I need to copy them? Probably. 3 minus -4. I have so much graph paper, just get another piece. I hear the argument going on. Get another piece. Thank you. You already know that I still need your 311.
I really should not expose this.
All right. Time for some random cards. Kylie, can you tell me what 7 minus 5 gets us? 2. Gets us 2. And just positive, right?
Correct.
Positive 2. Layla Davis. Sorry, I should just call you guys by last name. What about 0 minus 4? Pass. We'll shuffle you back in. 3 of spades. That's nobody. I don't know why it's still in here. Franco, what about 0 minus 4? Yeah, we end up going negative. Right? If you're at 0 and we take away 4, we end up in the negative. So, Layla, make sure you get this written down. Make sure you get this written down since you passed it, right? Or maybe we just weren't super confident. Antonella, what about if we're at negative 6 and we take away 2 or go 2 down? What is that? Yeah, negative 8. Guys, if you want a visual reference, this wasn't here because I forgot that it was in my garage for a long time. Like, if we're at negative 6 and we go down 2, we're going more negative, right? So be careful. This is the trap door. Give me your eyes. Kids see this and they go, 2 negatives make a positive. No! Minus a negative. But that's not what we're doing. These are like 2 bad guys. I could rewrite this as plus negative 2, right? I could actually put a plus in here. I could put parentheses right here. And it's bad guy and bad guy hanging out together. And, sorry, he was gone. John, what about 3 minus negative 4?
7.
How'd you get there? minus a negative. Say it with me. Minus a negative. Let's try that one more time. Minus a negative. That's what makes the plus. Not two negatives. Now here's where math sucks, and I'm not joking. Here's where math sucks. In multiplication, that's where kids get the rules mixed up. Multiplication, two negatives do make a positive. We're adding here, guys. We're adding or subtracting. Farah, what about negative 8 minus negative 5? How did you get there? Ooh, careful. It becomes plus because it's minus a negative. So we're at negative 8. And then we go add 5. Absolutely. So be careful. It actually doesn't become positive. Like the answer is still negative. But I know what you meant. Vincent, what about negative 1 minus negative 9? You're good. We're moving a little quick. So everyone do this with me if you haven't. The minus a negative, guys, I would get used to drawing like, but this is still negative 1. Both of these get used to make that plus. And it's positive 8 because the good guy's bigger. Questions on any of these? I hear some questions, what we're asking each other. Can we raise a hand and ask me? No? So, exactly what I was just referencing over there. John, you're being weird. You're fine, I'm just saying, you're just like, if I was Eli, I'd be creeped out. So, sketch a number line on your paper. Go ahead and take a moment, sketch a number line. If you got a ruler, you can use a ruler, you don't need to. I know, I like using a ruler. I'm all about you guys using whatever tools you want. Put a 0 on it in the middle. Yeah. We normally put our 0 in the middle. Yeah, like this. This will be big enough. And leave a little bit of space, but we're going to write down 2. I know some of you will be like, okay, this is silly, but trust me, we're going to do more difficult. We're going to start not as difficult, and we're going to go more difficult. 2 minus 7, I want you to draw it on the number line. Like, show me going from 2 and going down 7. Make sure you put 0 somewhere in the middle. And then work the boxes from there. Ooh, this is a fun opportunity. Layla Graf, do you want to do it on the board? You want to show me how to do it on your paper? How would you show 2 minus 7? You don't want, I can skip it. Yeah. Isabella, do you want to show it on the board? I'm just pulling cards and giving people the opportunity if you want to draw on the board. No, thank you. All right, last person will offer. Eli, have any person come to the board? I can verify it on your paper. Let's go for all the numbers. Ooh, but it's 7. It should be 7. I know why you wrote that. But so right here is like minus 7. And our answer ends up at -5. Now, guys, here's the other way we can think about subtraction. Give me your eyes up here. If I am walking, right, I'm moving a positive direction, like most of you probably want to leave right now and like, get out of this class. So towards the door is positive direction. But then I remember that I forgot my keys. And I gotta. Are you okay?
Sorry, I just realized the date was 10/21/21.
Yeah.
Right? Ow. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, you should have been there when it was 10, 11, 12. That was a fun day that we were all like, it's 10, 11, 12. I mean, you were alive, you just weren't very alive. You really itty bitty alive. So, hold on, back with me.
Anyway.
So, this is positive. I forgot my keys. So, I want to go back that direction. So, I'm going to take away distance that I went, but I don't normally walk backwards. Right? I don't know who walked. So, I'm here, I'm like, oh crap. I gotta turn around and go back and get my keys. Guys, subtraction is like turning around. It's saying like, wait a minute,
Addition, but
I gotta,
the wrong way.
it's like the wrong way. So model
Oh, yeah.
1 minus -2 on your number line. 1 minus -2. How do we model that? Am I actually going the wrong way or the right way? If you take away a wrong movement, if I take away a wrong movement, what actually happens? Yeah, wait. Guys, hold on. I love what Layla just said. I'm gonna write this like this for a second. So I take a step towards the door. And then I turn around, and then I take 2 more.
Okay, hold on.
I went the same direction. This is really 1 plus 2. So to model that, we just start at 1, add 2 to it, and we could draw each individual, or we could draw the big arrow. Yeah, 1 plus 2 gets us to 3. Yeah, it's 3. Yeah.
It's like when you think when you walk in a room that you can't wait to unpack and you remember it.
Yeah, yep. It's like when I half my trips to the kitchen. I'm debating just skipping on to what you have written down on your worksheet to make life easier. Hey, go ahead and look at 322. Go ahead and look at 322. Never mind. I'm trying to. So, guys, let me explain something real quick, because I bet at least a couple of you are frustrated. We're moving slower this week than I expected, but that's fine. I'm trying to decide what is important for what is on your homework. Okay, so I'm checking out your homework really quickly to see what do I think we need to cover. Keep your graph paper out. Right? Keep your graph paper out, because we should talk about absolute value again. So on your number line, while we have the number line drawn, then we'll go do some of your homework in a couple minutes. We'll do some of your homework. But while you have the number line drawn, let's model the distance between 8.6 and 3.4. So just draw little arrows on your number line at 8.6 and 3.4. So 8.6, I'm going to write it up here, and 3.4. We want to know how far away they are. So 8.6, a little over 8. Ooh, I'm like out of space out here. And 3.4, in between 3 and 4. Talk with your team about how do we find this distance between. How do we find that distance? That's what you got to tell me is what do we do? Marina, what math can we do to go from 8.6 to 3.4? Which order? What happens? So you said 8.6 minus 3.4. What'd you guys get? 5.2. So guys, what if I'm feeling kind of goofy? And I set up 3.4 minus 8.6. Somebody do this, or if you got a calculator, or if you're like real good with the number line, Vincent. Are you just that fast at math, or what? Okay. So what should I do to fix this? Vincent, you threw your voice to Lucas. You should probably become a ventriloquist. Absolute value will always fix distance. So if we do it in the right order, we don't need to fix anything. But if we do it like the lower number minus the higher number, we actually have to fix it with absolute value, and then it becomes a positive. Right? So this would become equal to positive 5.2. Very good, Vincent. And Lucas, maybe? Do that for negative 6.72 and positive 4.13. There's a better way to do the subtraction, and there's a little bit tougher way. Because one of them becomes addition. Sorry, there's something stuck in my throat.
Oh, yeah. I believe not.
Minus the lower number. Layla Davis, what is my, because we shuffled you back in, what is the better order to do subtraction here? Yeah, no, wait, because some people aren't listening. Layla said the bigger number is what we should do first, but isn't like 6 bigger than 4? Oh, so like the higher, like the further up. So if we start with big, or if you want to say like the higher number, like on the number line, the higher number minus the lower number. So Layla said for us, that's 4.13 minus negative 6.72. Guys, this should be written on our paper because it's like what's on your homework. And what happens with minus negative, Layla? Oh, it's plus. careful, it doesn't necessarily end up positive, but it becomes addition. Right? Yeah, it becomes, if we want to make it positive, we can just slap some absolute values around it, and that we know will come out positive. When we're talking about distance, yeah, because distance has to be positive. So distance, we can just slap absolute values on there. And what do we get? Anybody? Sweet. Questions? Questions? We could practice more of these, but we'll see. We'll probably next week practice more of these. Hold up, we're not packing up. I still got 5 minutes. What is this assumption? What is this assumption? All right, on your paper is 43. On your 322 worksheet. On your 322 worksheet. On your 322 worksheet. Okay, I wonder where this is. Work with your team. Work with your team for 3 minutes, and then we're going to come back together. I'm going to try to be honest about time and use my timer. I would look for things that jump out at you. I can hear your off-topic conversation from my desk. Yeah, so imagine, like, you're at $0 and somebody pays back a debt of $37 to you. They pay back a debt. You now have $37, right? Like, positive. So yeah, removing debt or removing loss, whatever you want to say, it's positive. Yep, that works. Ooh, we're at -4, and we're told to go down. Be careful there. You're not done. You said you were off topic because you were done. Well, you're not done with this. Maybe we should be talking about being an Mama's boy and whatever. For what it's worth, I'm a Mama's boy.
And I never said that was bad.
You're right. You didn't. Lucas, when we have minus a negative that I have highlighted in pink here, what happens? Becomes addition, but it does not become positive. Because now we have negative 100.86 plus 3.86. So it tells us to go up, but it doesn't go up very far. Guys, we've practiced this. What would a negative 0.86 and a positive 0.86 do? They'd cancel, so I really have like negative 100 plus 3. Negative 97. Please make sure your answer is negative. B. Mia, what happens in B? Ooh, the minus, the negative actually becomes addition. So now it's 21 plus 7. What do we get here, guys? 28, and it's positive. Guys, minus the negative. Guys, if you're talking instead of doing this with me, I do not get it. I do not get it. But C's highlighted differently. Because this is not minus a negative. It's negative 24 minus 6. Like, go down 6. Or I could rewrite it as plus negative 6. And we get negative 30. These 3 problems we will do as warm-up tomorrow. Please try to get this homework done. Have a wonderful day.
Corbin.